is Rhonda from Rhonda's Country Kitchen, and today my sister Lynn has requested that I make my hot dog chili. Some people call it a chili sauce, but it's just a real simple hot dog chili, nothing special. I will say my father-in-law, Mr. Ronnie, gave this recipe to me years ago. They had actually had a restaurant in the big old town of Princeton, South Carolina, and everybody loved his chili, including myself. So when I moved here, I said, I've got to have that recipe. So he shared his little recipe with me, and I'm sure he doesn't mind me sharing it. But I've got my ingredients. I'm going to start off with about a pound of hamburger meat, and I'm going to get this all raring to go. Now, what I do is I just take my little fork, let's slide this over here. I just take my little fork and I add water. And I just, I'm gonna add probably about a cup of water to the hamburger meat. And I know that sounds crazy, but you just wanna mash it up and get it all mixed in here. This is what's gonna make that smooth consistency of your chili. So don't just dump your hamburger meat in there and just cut it up and not add water, because this is the trick to make a good chili sauce or hot dog chili. Now, go get that mashed up, and I put about a cup. I'm gonna add probably about another half a cup to this. Go ahead and mash that up. Now I start adding my seasons to it, all of my seasoning, but I'm going to start with putting a little onion in here. I'm going to turn that up real high. Now I was just now chopping this onion. Russell said, good Lord, you're chopping the whole onion. It's just a little bit of hamburger meat, but it's only really about a tablespoon and a half maybe. But I'm going to go ahead and dump the onion in there and let it start cooking with the hamburger so you can get all that flavor. Start getting happy. And now I'm going to go ahead and start putting some of my seasoning in there. Now I've got a little soy sauce that always pairs good with Worcestershire sauce. And I just put about a teaspoon of each in here. Now I'm gonna start with my garlic powder and my onion powder, because everything I do has that in it. I'm gonna put a teaspoon of each. Teaspoon of onion, teaspoon of garlic. Just gonna sprinkle that in there because it's got the lid on it. I add some paprika, and I'll have a thumbnail of everything, and of course with the directions. I put a teaspoon of paprika. Of course, we're gonna add some salt and pepper, just salt and pepper to taste. I like lots of pepper, as you know. And I do have my chili powder. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put about 3 tablespoons of that in here, because you want to be good and flavorful. Now I'm gonna add some ketchup when it starts cooking down a little bit, but right now I'm gonna just let it cook down just a little bit. Just keep stirring it around. It's already starting to look like chili, but we got to give it a whole lot more love than this. We'll let them onions cook down and get all that good flavor. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add my ketchup. And I'm also going to add just a pinch of brown sugar, but I'm going to wait to, towards the end to add the brown sugar. Sometimes the sugar from the ketchup can be sweet enough, but I like my chili with just a little bit of of sugar and some spice with the cayenne. Now I've put about a half a cup of ketchup in there. I'm gonna get this big spoon out for this. Get that stirring around. And you're gonna just cook this down. I'm telling you, it is so simple, so easy to do. And I'll let it cook down, and I know there's grease in there, and it will cook to the top, and I drain it off. But you're just gonna let it cook down. And I know this sounds crazy, but Mr. Ronnie said you want that little grease in there to give it some flavor until the very end. But it does come to the top, and you can just kind of drain it off. But if you ever see some good chili sauce, normally it has just a little fat on it. So this isn't really good for your waist, I guess you'd say. But I'm going to just let this simmer down, and I'm actually going to just start my little hot dogs and get them prepared. But just go let this simmer, and it'll simmer down and start to get a little thick. And when it thickens up, I still add just probably about another half a cup of water, and just let it keep cooking down. And that hamburger meat's gonna get so tender, and that's what's gonna make this really good. But just trust the process. I know it doesn't look like much right now, but just trust it. It's gonna be good, and it will cook down. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna cover this and let it simmer, and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, I'm just gonna give you a little up close. This is what it's gonna look like in the pot. When it's cooking down, you see that grease is starting to form on top. We just gonna cook it down. And I turned the heat down to low, and I'm just gonna let it simmer and get happy. All right, y'all, I've added about a half a cup more of water to it. I'm sorry, I forgot to turn the camera back on. And I'm gonna go ahead and just add a little bit of my brown sugar. This is, let's get a teaspoon. Just a pinch. And also, we like it just a little spicy. I'm gonna add a little bit of cayenne pepper, just for a little kick. And I'm gonna just put the lid back on, and we're gonna let it simmer some more. And I'll catch you back in just a minute. All right, y'all, this has been simmering for about 6 minutes. Just gonna give it a little stir. You see all that grease on the top, but we're gonna get rid of that, no worries. Don't be alarmed. I'm just gonna give it a little stir, and we're just cooking this down. Letting it get happy. Making sure it don't stick. All right, give it a few more minutes. All right, y'all, we're gonna see what we've got. Oh yeah, she's looking right. Just gonna give it a stir. If you see, it's thickening up on the bottom. So I'm just gonna give it a little stir. And it's been cooking now about 10 minutes. So this is what it looks like. We're about to get rid of all that grease that's floating on top there. And I'll show y'all how I do that. All right, y'all, it's time to get some of this fat off the top. I wish it's this easy to get some fat off the top. But here we go. I'm just going to kind of tilt my pot, and I've got my little glass measuring cup right there. I'm just going to put it right back in that dish because it's easy to clean with glass. But I'm just going to get all this fat off the top. Then I'm gonna give it a little taste, see where we're at, see if we need a little more sugar. Just see where we're at. You always want to taste what you're cooking. I can't get over people that say, oh, I don't ever taste when I'm cooking. Honey, if things have worked out for you, good for you. But I got to taste and see where I'm at, see what I need to add. I know when I'm cooking, my kids is home, I'm always saying, here, taste this for me, see what I need. I got one son that's got a really good palate. Well, they all three are good, but he will get in the kitchen with me and taste in a skinny minute. All right, got this going. I tell you, I asked my husband today, I said, what you want for supper? And he said, hot dogs and chili's good with me. And I have worked all day. If any of y'all know me, you know I work in the OR, I'm a nurse. And thus the hairdo, hat hair, don't care. But anyway, it's something quick and easy for us for supper, and with just two of us, makes it really easy for dinner. So I'm gonna let this simmer just a few more minutes, and we'll see where we're at. That's what I would do. All right, y'all, it's time for Russ's favorite part of this, and that's getting to taste it. So we're gonna pull him on in here and let him taste this little chili dog and tell y'all what he really thinks.
It's my favorite time of the show. What'd you shake?
Tasting time.
It is. That's the best time. This is the best part.
It is.
I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm a chili snob, I guess is what you call it. Coffee, chili,
yes.
barbecue. You know, I like appreciate people that make good stuff like barbecue and stuff. Chili's the same way. It's hard to find good chili. Anyway, this was pretty good. Her recipe's pretty good. It's normally pretty good.
It's your daddy's.
Yeah, my daddy. My parents had a restaurant back in the day, and he played around with his recipe a little bit. He liked a local restaurant around here, and he kind of played around with his recipe. And I like his better than that restaurant that's still in business. But anyway, we're gonna give it a try.
Give it a try.
Make sure it's safe for everybody else. You
need a fork, or you will just dig right in?
I'm just gonna dig in.
All right. Okay.
Hey, I ain't bashful.
That's what it looks like.
I ain't bashful.
He ain't bashful.
Oh yeah.
Spicy enough?
Right on point.
Oh, we like a little kick in ours. A little cayenne.
It's good.
A little.
Y'all, it ain't nothing, fancy.
Nothing fancy. Nothing I cook is fancy.
But it's very good. You make this chili recipe, whoever's eating this hot dog or that hot dog, I should say, not this hot dog because I made it, but whoever's eating that hot dog is going to really enjoy it. Anyway, we appreciate y'all checking the channel out.
Yeah.
Give her some support. She's trying. She kicks me out of the kitchen. I don't get to play around with her and make her laugh, but we're working on that, y'all. We're working on that. It's a work in progress. Anyway, mash that subscribe, that like, the thumbs up. Give us all that stuff, all that love.
And thank y'all for whoever has watched thus far and tolerated me. Bless your hearts. And we'll catch you next time.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. It's time for Russell's favorite part. He's going to be our little taste tester. He's going to come try out this little chili dog. So he can tell us what you think about it.
Hey again, y'all. How y'all doing?